Okay, so imagine a novel that's so huge, so sprawling, it's practically its own universe. A story so deep, it's known as the absolute pinnacle of Chinese literature. Well, today we're diving into an 18th century masterpiece that, believe it or not, still has readers completely hooked. Dream of the Red Chamber.
And when I say it's a universe, I am not kidding. To give you a sense of the sheer scale we're talking about, look at this. The book features over 400 distinct characters. Yeah, you heard that right. It's not just a story, it's a whole world of people.
So, you've got hundreds of characters, tons of subplots. You might be wondering, what's this story actually about? Well, when you boil it all down, it comes to something really powerful and universal. It's the story of one single aristocratic family's epic rise and their tragic fall.
All right, let's get into it. We're talking about China's greatest novel. This is Dream of the Red Chamber, written by a guy named Cao Xueqin, way back in the mid-18th century. And seriously, it's no exaggeration to say this is one of China's 4 great classical novels. It's a total monument of world literature.
So let's step inside. The story throws us right into the Qing Dynasty and welcomes us into the world of the Jia clan. And these guys, they are a very wealthy, super powerful family living right in the capital. We're talking unimaginable luxury and influence. In this world they live in, it's all about splendor. We're going inside the magnificent compounds of this family. I mean, the level of detail is just incredible. The author doesn't just tell you they're rich, he builds this entire world of intricate social rules and just opulent living. And you've got to understand, this setting isn't just a pretty backdrop. It's more like a golden cage, shaping the destiny of every single person inside. So what does life in the Jia household actually look like? Well, the author gives us this incredibly vivid snapshot. Picture these magnificent compounds, all connected by sprawling gardens. This is where almost everything happens. Their days? They're filled with these elaborate parties, poetry contests, all sorts of artistic pursuits. But, and this is a big but, right underneath all that refinement, there's this constant simmer of family intrigue. All this drama playing out between the masters and their huge network of servants.
Okay, so right in the middle of all this opulence, we meet our main guy, Baoyu. Now, he is not your typical hero. He's super sensitive, really artistic, and get this, he was born with a magical piece of jade in his mouth. And this isn't just some random fantasy detail. It's a huge symbol right from birth that his origins and where he's headed are tied to something much bigger than this physical, material world. So while the family's rise and fall is the big picture, the grand structure of the novel, the real emotional core, the part that has kept readers obsessed for centuries, is a fated and totally tragic love triangle.
And this love triangle is all about Baoyu's impossible choice between his 2 cousins. So on one hand, you've got Daiyu. She is his soulmate. She's his total intellectual and spiritual equal. She's poetic, incredibly smart, but also kind of melancholic and sickly. They have this profound, almost supernatural connection. Then, on the other hand, you've got Baochai. She's basically the perfect wife by society standards. She's beautiful, socially graceful, and she represents everything about traditional virtue and family duty. So yeah, the connection between Baoyu and his soulmate Daiyu, it is anything but simple. Their relationship is just tragically complex. It's filled with misunderstandings and jealousy, but at the same time, it's fueled by this incredibly deep, unspoken devotion. A devotion that, family expectations and all the social politics are constantly trying to crush.
Okay, so with a love triangle this intense, you might be thinking, all right, so it's just a big, sweeping romance novel, right? But if you stop there, you'd be missing the real genius of the book. That love story, it's really just a vehicle to explore way, way deeper questions about life itself.
And this is where we go beyond the romance, because this is where the novel stops being just a family drama and really becomes a profound work of philosophy. The author uses the romance and the family's changing fortunes to ask some of the biggest questions you can ask. So what are these deeper themes? Well, the whole book is soaked in Buddhist and Taoist philosophy. It's constantly asking this central question: what's real and what's just an illusion? The story basically suggests that all the wealth, all the power, all the beauty that the Jia family holds so dear, it's all temporary. It's as fleeting as a dream. So Baoyu's whole journey really becomes a search for true meaning in a world where everything you can touch and see just fades away.
And you know what makes that theme of fleeting fortune so unbelievably powerful? The author actually lived through it. Yeah, this novel is widely considered to be semi-autobiographical. Cao Xueqin was writing from the raw, painful experience of his own family's devastating fall from grace. They lost everything. And it's that personal tragedy that gives the story this incredible, heartbreaking authenticity.
So the big question is, why does this book endure? I mean, it's been over 250 years. What is its lasting impact and legacy?
Well, here's why it's a masterpiece. The genius of this book is that it works on so many different levels. First, the characters just feel so real. I mean, the psychological depth here could rival any modern novel. It's especially famous for its female characters, who are written with a complexity and dignity that was just revolutionary for the time. And beyond the people, the book is like a time capsule, a priceless, vivid snapshot of 18th century Chinese society. And then, woven through all of that, you have these deep philosophical insights that honestly still hit home today.
So in the end, Dream of the Red Chamber is so much more than just a book. In China, it's a foundational cultural touchstone. I mean, it's endlessly adapted, studied, and talked about. And for the rest of us around the world, it stands as a true monument of literature, a powerful reminder of what storytelling can do, capture the entire, messy, beautiful scope of human life.
And that leaves us with one last thing to think about. In our own fast-paced world, with all our ambitions and constant change, what can an 18th century story about a family's downfall really show us? What can it reveal about the fleeting nature of wealth, the complexities of love, and the search for meaning in our own lives today?